Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening and welcome. So, yeah, the chat room will be open just by my screen. I see someone drawing on our screen already. I would have to reshare this just because of that. All right. So, usually, you have people who have connection problems when they're joining sessions like this. So I think to just be a little fair for us to give them a few minutes. For you who are here, welcome. If you did join from a group, a WhatsApp group, Plab 1, Plab 1.5, a Plab 2 group, just somewhere, you may want to drop them a message just to help them know we are starting. All right? Let's just be kind to them and let them know we are set. All right? If you've got a few friends who are registered for this session, yeah, you can drop them a reminder. Just let them know we're starting. All right, welcome, welcome. I see more people joining. Welcome. Yeah, good. Hi, Tan, welcome. All right, Sing, I will tell you a whole lot. Yeah. Hi, Tan. Yeah, our academy is in Lagos, Manchester, but today I just want to talk about Plab 2. I'll tell you a lot about the academy towards the end. Yeah, but whether you come to our academy or not, that's really not it's not my priority. Yeah. So this is one of my ways of giving back to the Plab community. Yeah. So whether you attend under academy or not, it doesn't matter so much. Yeah. Just want to lay a few information, very vital information about Plab to lay the foundation, especially for those who just passed their Plab 1. It's my way of saying congratulations to you. But of course, at the end, I've got a lot of information about our academy, what we do. This is our best year yet, running the Plab 2 Academy. So we're always excited to share what we do. And I know it will be better in 2024. Yeah, because we're adding on a lot of things. But before then, we'll talk generally. So I think it's 6:05 now. I'll still hang on for another 5 minutes. So if you've got a couple of friends, maybe you were not here when I said it earlier. Yeah, people have connection problems. Some people, sometimes they forget. Yeah, you can remind them. Let's be kind. All right. Let's be kind, nice, supportive to our colleagues. Let's not benefit alone. So you could just remind them, yeah, to join in. Then I'll mention as well in the course of the session, if the room becomes full, we've got a capacity of 100 for this meeting. So if it becomes full, they can always join on our YouTube channel. You just type Key Points Academy on YouTube, go to the live videos section, and they will see this video will just be the only one that will be live. They can click that, join in, and they'll benefit from the session as well. So during the question and answer time, I would also look through at the YouTube comment section, so they won't lose out at all. So if they've got any questions, they can drop them there. I would answer them. Same thing as here as well. So if you've got any questions at all, not just about Key Points Academy, but about Plab 2 in general, like I told you, today is not so much about the academy. Yeah. If you're knowing about us today, why not? I will answer any questions you have. But my priority today is just to talk about Plab 2 generally, answer general questions that you have, help you have a very good start as you head towards your exam, whenever it will be. Yeah. So I just want to contribute to your journey. All right. So welcome. I see more people are joining. And for me, I believe that those of you who were here earlier are being supportive by reminding them. And I love it. I love it when we support one another. All right. So keep reminding them. Those who have just joined in, we're spending a few minutes, 3 more minutes, yeah, to remind others, yeah, to join as well. Let them benefit firsthand. All right. Yeah. So in 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, we will start and we'll talk about Plab 2 in general as an overview, basically. Then I'll try to leave this video for a few days on YouTube, even after this session. Yeah, so that means you should be able to go over it again. Yeah, everything we've talked about. Yeah, and of course, there are a couple of other videos as well I've left in the past. They are also accessible on YouTube. They are free, so you can go through them at any time. Yeah, there are things like common pitfalls to avoid in Plab 2. Is free. Introduction to Plab 2, generally, that one tells you so much. It's almost about 2 hours video, a very long teaching on Plab 2, how the results are scored, what each item in the results mean. There's a whole lot. There's a whole lot. Yeah, so you can enjoy those as well at your convenience. All right, we have 2 more minutes. Yeah, 2 more minutes, and I will introduce myself and we will move on. All right. Yeah, good to see you all. I see more people joining. That's brilliant. Thank you so much for all those who are sending reminders to their friends to join in. It's always a good thing when doctors support each other. It is. Absolutely. All right. It is a good thing. So please don't just enjoy alone. It is free, but of course, it is born from someone's goodwill. All right. So it's free, but it is someone's contribution to you. So also be contributory to somebody else. All right, so we've got 1 more minute. 1 more minute, and we are live. All right. All right. So welcome, every one of you. And my name is Peter, and most people will say Dr. Peter. Yeah. All right. So I'm the founder and the director of Key Points Academy. And Key Points Academy is it's a Plab 2 academy. Yeah, we'll have a center in Manchester, we'll have a center in Lagos, Nigeria, and we have very robust online courses that cater for people who are outside these 2 physical locations. And yeah, even when they attend online courses, they can always come to Manchester to practice with our mannequins, have mocks and all of that. So essentially, we reach people who are preparing for the Plab 2 Academy from anywhere. Yeah, from anywhere, basically. But like I said earlier, our focus or primary attention for this session will be just to talk about Plab 2 generally. And from the responses in the chat room, I want to believe you can hear me very clearly. I'll try to be as fast as I can without missing out any vital thing I intend to pass across this evening. If you do want to respond to anything, you can use the chat room. It's just right in front of me so I can see it. For the sake of good coordination, I've put off the microphone. You may not be able to speak for now. Maybe at the end of the session, I'll be able to probably put on the mic for those who want to ask their questions live. At the end, I need you to know that anytime I do this, there are 2 ways I contribute free to the Plab 2 community. One, by doing this free Plab 2 webinar to, cut across everybody, benefits you, lay the right foundation, just basically to see you pass and achieve your dream of working in the UK. And number 2 is that for those who intend to join our academy, for the fact that you join this session, I usually do a giveaway. All right. So, and you may want to look out for that. So maybe for that sake, you want to stick around to the end, okay? Yeah, so there will be a robust and amazing giveaway. I do that all the time, so and it won't be different for this cohort. All right, let's talk about Plab 2. For you to attend this session, I want to believe somehow that for most people, you just passed your Plab 2, maybe in the last 3 days, and I want to say very big congratulations. Yeah, and congratulations, not just in the normal sense of it, but congratulations because you've actually done the difficult one. Yeah. So if you pass Plab 1, you have done the difficult part. Plab 2 is the easier part. All right. It is the easier part in my assessment, and that assessment is objective. It is based on experience. Yeah, it's the easier part. And I want to say congratulations, welcome, and hopefully will help you complete this last lap. Yeah. So the Plab 1 exam was set basically it's like a screening exam, to assess the expected intelligence level, for one to practice in the UK. And for me, anybody that scales through that has essentially satisfied the GMC in terms of their clinical knowledge. Yeah, their clinical knowledge was expected. Plab 2 is designed around seeing how you apply that knowledge. Yes, of course, there's some bit of knowledge in the exam, but it's not always the focus. In fact, it's not the priority, as it were. There are people who have said the right things that are in their notes, they're in their textbooks, and all of that, and they end up getting a 0 in a station, in a Plab 2 station, end up getting a 111 out of 12. That is 3 out of 12 in a Plab 2 station. So I will need you to understand when I say it is not about intelligence, yeah, it's not really about that. It's about the application of it. Now, you find some people who tell you that Plab 2 is difficult, it's challenging, it's this and that, and mostly it's because it's slightly technical. It's not difficult, it's just technical. And that's where it's important for somebody to show you exactly how you should approach the exam. Now, let me show you something. You see, I call Plab 2 small but mighty. It is small, to be honest. I'm not belittling it. I know it for a fact. I teach it. Yeah, it is small, but when you do not understand how to navigate certain things, it becomes mighty. And I usually relate it to the Snelling's chart that every one of us here are used to, and you know it, that on the Snelling's chart is the same board, the same distance, but it is the small letters that are mighty to the eyes, if you understand what I mean. The big letters are the easier ones to see. The small letters are the more difficult ones to see. And that's how Plab 2 is. It is a small exam, very easy. It doesn't really even expect too much from you, but it is mighty when you are not guided. That's the truth. All right. So you need an appropriate preparation for you to deal squarely with the Plab 2 test. And of course, if you have did some bit of cartoon when you were growing up, you understand this picture there, right? Tom is the big one, but Jerry, as small as he is really, really mighty. So how exactly can we deal with, Plab 2? I think it's good to start with the common reasons why people fail Plab 2. And I'll do a countdown of, I think, about 6 points, and maybe I'll add an extra today, of common reasons why people fail Plab 2. And this is from my observation, teaching Plab 2 for almost 5 years, and having helped over 2,000 to 3,000 doctors pass the Plab 2 test already. And that's a wide range of experience. And I want to believe you can trust my judgment in a couple of things. Now, what are the common reasons? Number one, I call it faith. Now, faith here, please, I'm not speaking from a religious perspective. I will break it down just in a bit for you to understand when I say faith. All right. So it's important what one believes because it shapes your mindset. Your mindset determines what actions you can take, and those actions determine the outcome. So it's important that we address the foundation, which is our basic foundational beliefs as we approach the Plab 2 test. Now, what do I mean by that? For example, you have some people who believe the wrong things. Yeah, because I know for those of you who have passed Plab 1 now, you've been asking questions in the last 2 days. How do you approach Plab 2? And a couple of your friends are telling you things, especially those ones who maybe have written the exams before. They'll tell you all kinds of things. They'll tell you go to this academy. They'll tell you read this particular material. They'll tell you I'll send you things. I'll send you stuff and all of that. And for you in your vulnerable position, absolutely not your fault. You wouldn't know exactly what to believe, what to accept, which one is the right material, what exactly to trust in, as it were. And, it's sometimes a gamble from that beginning. And you don't want to put your trust in the wrong things. What do I call the wrong things? For example, some people will tell you to go to certain academies, and they may not tell you why. Some people will tell you, go to this particular academy, and people who go there pass. But they will never tell you that some people who have gone there, have also failed, as it were. All right. All right. I see somebody requesting for the meeting link. I will just drop that for you just in a bit. Okay. Yeah. So you can share that. Okay. There you go. All right. Yeah. 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 I think for some people it may request a passcode. I will let me reshare that with a passcode. Okay. Passcode. All right. So Sadia, if it requests for a passcode, you can put in that code. Okay. Okay. All right, yeah. So back to it. So you see, you find a lot of people, they'll tell you, oh yeah, yeah, go to this academy. In fact, this is what they published on their website, that they have so and so pass rate and things like that. And then the problem is not really the academies. I want to be honest with you. The problem is not the academies, but you find people, because they have been told that go to this academy, you will pass. So they put their trust in the academies. But the truth is, no academy goes to the exam day. No academy goes with you to the exam day or sits the exam for you. So by the time you begin to put your trust in an academy, even if they have 100% pass, you are already setting yourself up to fail. Academies don't make anyone pass or fail. I will talk about academies and how to choose academies later on. All right. And for you, by the time I talk through it, you will take a decision whether you want to go for this one or the other one and things like that. And please, it is not a cajole for you to come to my academy. You shouldn't if you don't want to. All right. So what else? Some people put their trust in scripts. They see so and so material, which their friends, and all of that, a particular post somewhere online have told them this particular material is the best this day, and they want to go for that. By the time you put your mind on scripts, the way it has been written in a certain way, you find people who hit the rock on the exam day, because the exam is a real exam. Yeah, in fact, if you attend our mocks, especially when I simulate a station for you, you get to understand that the simulators and the examiners are not following your script. Yeah, they are not. Yeah, they're going to assess you for who you are and what you bring to the clinical consultation as a doctor. So putting your trust in scripts, they tell you, oh, this one is updated Plab 2 stations. The other one is so and so from this academy. This one is somebody's note, the most robust note from so and so. Don't put your trust in them. Yeah, because as good as they are, I am not saying they are useless. Please don't get me wrong. But if you rely on them, you'll probably have a problem. Now, the other thing, speaking about faith as well, is people's confidence in themselves. When you go to the Plab 2 exam with a doubt about what you would deliver, you're already failing. This is what I tell all my students. You can't approach the GMC's Plab 2 venues with any kind of anxiety, with any kind of loss of self-confidence, because as you're doing that, you're already failing. With anxiety, you listen less, and the exam needs you to listen as perfectly as possible. Yeah. So you must be confident. So when you lack self-confidence, either as a part of who you are normally, yeah, maybe you're, a shy, fearful person and all of that. Yeah, you're already pitching yourself to fail. And all of this does not sound like stuff, but I tell you one truth. They determine the outcome of this exam. So before you believe anything that anybody shares with you coming towards this exam, please check the fact. Before you believe what an academy has put up on their website, telling you they pass 78%, what do you call it, 98%, 99%, 100%, please don't swallow it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, you must assess, is this place the best place for me to go? Before they tell you so and so material, please pause for a bit and do not swallow everything. Of course, your friends are sharing with goodwill, so I'm not saying they mean harm. Yeah, I'm sure they mean very well for you and all of that, but please do not swallow everything. You must prepare for this exam knowing that the examiners will assess you as you, and you must present the right personality, you must present the right stuff on your exam day. All right, so if you believe in the wrong things, it can affect your mind. Now, the next thing that determines some people, that determines their bad outcome in Plab 2 is the foundations. And what do I mean by the foundation? You can see like the picture on your screen. When you have the wrong foundations, sooner or later, the building will crash. Now, what foundations do I mean? The Plab 2 exam, when I said it earlier that it's simple, is actually designed around the basic concepts of medical practice. The very foundational things, that's where they bring you to. So you will see that some of the genetic things you guys did in Plab 1, you will not see them in Plab 2. The highfalutin things, you will not see them in Plab 2. Yeah, they are not there. I'm telling you for a fact. Yes, because this is the reason why I told you, you have done the hard part. They are very simple things, but some people do not understand things from the first principles. And when you do not, then you're already getting set up for you to have a challenge, because the exam will challenge you. Another aspect would be duration after medical school. People who are young in practice, just finished medical training, just finished their internship, or even are still in their internship, 1, 2, 3 years, from the graduation, from their internship, they are usually still malleable. You can still teach them new tricks, they can flow with new trends. But people who perhaps 10 years in practice and probably 10 years in a particular area of practice, 20 years, so the longer, the more likely you have learned some bad habits, if you don't mind me putting it that way. So by the time we want to teach you something really new, it becomes challenging and all that. And sometimes it's because as well, the foundations are getting rusty, So speaking in that same line, people in terms of clinical experience, the older you are in your practice, sometimes it could also be really challenging, for you too. Now, Plab 1 is the foundation for Plab 2. Now, some people cram clinchers to pass Plab 1. No judgments, of course, not from me, no judgment at all. But you need to take that into cognizance, because if you do not understand the foundations around which certain options were chosen as the answer to some questions in Plab 1, then if the GMC sets Plab 2 scenarios around those stations, you won't be able to approach it logically. I hope you understand. Yeah, so in terms of foundations, what that tells you as a person is that you need to go and chew those things again, not just cramming the clinchers. When I see two, 3, or 4 set of words, this is the answer. When they ask this with this particular sentence, this is the answer. Why is that the answer? What's the clinical reasoning behind it? Yeah, and how does it affect the real patient who is sitting in front of you in a real consultation? So Plab 1 is the foundation. And what that means is you should not just pass it because, I got the minimum score to pass. No, did you understand the reasons behind the different models, the different questions, the different answers, and all of that. And then, of course, even when you passed with very good scores, there were a number of questions you failed. Why did you fail them? It is because, of course, there are some things that somehow are not still very clear. And of course, you need to fix that in the foundation, because it takes sometimes one weak pillar to fall a whole building. All right? So the foundations, if they are faulty, you need to fix them. Sometimes, there are differences in the context of our practice. For example, there are people who work in teaching hospitals. It looks like they are far things. Why are you talking about them when we're talking about Plab 2? They have an impact. Yes, they affect your preparation. You see people who work in private practice, for example. Yeah. They see all kinds of patients. Yeah, from almost every specialty. Hematology patients or patients with hematology conditions will come. Patients with public health, conditions will come. Pathology, from every specialty, they're going to see almost everything. But you have someone in a teaching hospital in just one specialty area, and they have been coned down just seeing only the eye for the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, and it's just that department of ophthalmology. What that tells you is that as you pull up towards Plab 2, dermatology may be a very big problem for you. Yeah, just giving a random example. Yeah, and the Plab 2 exam cuts across everything. It's going to go through pediatrics, psychiatry, everything. So you need to take that into cognizance. And what that means is that for you as a person, it may now need you to put in a little extra effort compared to the other person who is seeing maybe everything. All right. So please just take note of all of that and apply it to yourself. Take note. What A will take note of in this session may be different from what B will need to take note of. Now, let's talk about the test structure in itself. You need to understand what Plab 2 is about and what Plab 2 is not about. I'll start sharing a little bit about it already, and maybe I'll say a little bit more as we go on. Now, for many people, when they fail Plab 2, it's lots of the time because they do not understand the test structure. And I need to pause here and tell you something that would affect some of your decisions as you approach the Plab 2 test. There are some of your friends who pass Plab 2, but they can't tell you exactly what the different items on their result sheet means. I employ people who work with me and they teach alongside. And many times I assess how much they understand about the test structure. Of course, they have passed the exam. But you find many of them who can tell you that in the qualitative feedback that the examiners use to determine the scores, what does criteria A mean, criteria B mean, or criteria C? How does it affect the scores in the station? If you do not know that, then how exactly will you sit in front of the examiner and be confident that you are satisfying them? I hope you understand where I'm going to. So not knowing the test structure, not knowing what the examiners are expecting from you in itself is setting yourself up to fail, because you are supposed to sit there and satisfy them. And of course, you can't satisfy someone who you do not know what they expect of you. So as you go into preparing for the exam, what that means is you must gather as much information as possible and be able to understand especially how they determine the scores for you. It's not just the number. So they tell you domain 1, domain 2, domain 3. That's what every plabber knows. But it's beyond that. How does the domain 1, how do they determine the criteria for the scores? 1, 2, 3, 4. How does it come there? So you must know about the test structure. How am I scored? When the examiner sits down like that and they watch you and the simulator playing the role, what is going on in the head of the examiner? What are they thinking? What are they looking at? What is their priority? You must know that. Otherwise, you can't navigate with confidence. Now, for this particular one, I don't know if I'll share so much about it, but please do not forget, on the Key Points Academy YouTube channel, I've got a video, almost 2 hours. Yeah, almost 2 hours teaching. And I've spent time to break down what the examiners are looking out for. And it applies to almost 100% of the stations in Plab 2. All right, so you can take your time at your convenience. It's a free resource. It's one of those things I give as well freely, yeah, to the Plab 2 community, and you don't need to pay for it. So you can take your time to look at that. You need to know. Now, the other one is, you would probably have heard the word robotic. Robotic. What does it mean? So there are times when I think I gave an example of that at the beginning, where you see somebody has moved all the right stuff. The things they have said are exactly what's in the notes. Is exactly what's in the textbook on that topic. But they have scored a 0. And you're wondering, so what exactly do these examiners want, for goodness sake? Why are they, yeah. So what else can I do? So sometimes you presented all the right things, but the examiner didn't see you as a human being. They practically were seeing a robot trying to connect with a human being. And if you've taken notes, the GMC's motto is working with doctors, working for patients. So that means it has to be, the patients are human beings. They have real problems, real feelings. And you as a doctor have to have real empathy, real feeling, and communicate real. Yes, you can. I will leave it on YouTube. James, or Dr. James. Yeah, I'll leave it on YouTube for a while, so you can watch it again. All right. So yeah. So now, what do we mean by being robotic? Scriptedness. So some people are scripted. And you remember I told you one of the earlier things, as a cause for people failing Plab 2 is being scripted. Yeah, trusting in scripts and all of that. Okay. Yeah, trusting in scripts. So by the time there's a way you talk, yeah, and I would know that you are not attending to what the patient is concerned about. You are just trying to make sure that you consume what is on your script. The examiner many of the time will give you veto scores. Yes, when they adequately judge that this is what's happening in that consultation. You don't want that at all, because what that means is you will score very low scores in many stations, and that's not very good for Plab 2 outcome. Being scripted. Another thing on being robotic is ignoring emotions, undermining issues, especially in very emotional stations like domestic violence, for example, abuse stations, yeah, another example. Yeah, so where there's a lot of information, a lot of emotions around the station. And of course, you can see all the right things, but if you're not connecting with the person's real feelings, yeah, somebody is angry and you're saying all the right things, but the way you are saying them and how it connects to how they feel, if they do not rhyme, if you are not on the same level, then the examiner will judge you to be robotic. And I want you to picture it. If you have seen robots, models of robots being shown on videos and social media on YouTube being displayed, you see that many of them, yeah, they are robots now that can talk to human beings. Yes, when you speak to them, they can use AI technology to interpret what you have said. They can answer you, but they can never speak like a fellow human speaking to you. They can't. Why? Because they are robots. Yeah. So for now, they can't express all the emotions that a normal human being will. So if the examiner sees you as that, yeah, you probably will not score so well. Now, there are things we call stock phrases. For example, I'll give you the most common one in Plab 2 world. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. And for some people, they think, oh, that's interpersonal skills. That is me showing IPS, yeah, what we call interpersonal skills in Plab 2, yeah. And there are many times when you say them in the wrong places. You say them in the wrong context. You say it in the wrong way, and all of that. And sometimes even with the wrong frequency. Yeah. So you've said it so many times that somehow the examiner now feels that it's not a genuine expression of empathy. You are just repeatedly saying it. So, and that's being robotic, because it's only a robot that has been coded with a thing and it can just, kind of repeat it just like that. If you have Alexa, Alexa technology, for example, yeah, in your homes or anywhere, yeah, you get to understand what I mean. There are times when you speak to all these AI things, and because they do not understand the emotion around why you said what you said, and they can't really answer you. They sometimes would even give you an answer that is off what you have asked. That's to tell you about robots. And many people do that in the Plab 2 exam, So, and the examiner, of course, will always not be happy with that. I need you to understand. You must be a real human and you must show emotions. Yes, you must show emotions. You must show emotions. The simulators who will come with different problems, headache, fever, cough, all kinds of things, they do not have them in reality. They are not patients in reality. They are acting it. And we expect that the doctor who is attending to this simulator should also be able to act empathy. So it's some bit of acting, if you get what I mean. So you must be able to express certain emotions. Yeah, in a very happy place, you should be able to smile, just like my face is very friendly and nice, isn't it? Yeah, you must be able to smile. Yeah, be welcoming, be nice, be friendly. And when it seems, everywhere is, sad, somebody has lost something, a very debilitating complication has happened, you should be able to be moody. Yeah, should be able to switch. Oh, that's really sad. I can see how this must really affect you. All right. So you must show emotions. And I hope you noticed how I switch from being, happy and smiling, welcoming and all that to being sad and gloomy. Yeah. And all of this, very important for the Plab 2 exam. Otherwise, you may be judged as being robotic because maybe you just have a bland face and you're saying all the right things, but it doesn't look like you're saying what you mean. And that would be being emotionless. And that is just a robot. So a doctor must connect with the patient's concern. Yeah, if you do not, it will be difficult for you to connect with the real problems. Yeah, I won't want to spend too much time on it. I would have given you one real, a very common station in Plab 2 where you see somebody it's just for missing the emotion, will miss the diagnosis and will end up in the wrong management. As in from just missing the emotion at the beginning, everything will go wrong. And they would not know until they see the result. You don't want that to happen, okay? Yeah, so being robotic is it's one of those things. Now, the next one here is failing to practice. Practice is the life wire of preparing for Plab 2. It is. Yeah, so when people fail to practice, just like Andrea Agassi said, you don't deserve to win. It's unfortunate. I can't apologize too much for that. Yeah, but that's the truth. If you do not practice, yes, you really can't get it right. And when you do not get it right, you won't get the right outcome. All right. So some people fail to practice. And this happens a lot amongst people who put their trust in academies. Or because they have told them this is where it happens. And then they go there, they just hit their hand on their chest and they are confident because I went to this academy, I'll pass. I have seen many people fail from many academies, and yet I know those academies are good in themselves. Yeah. So you don't want to be there. Yeah. So you must practice. Otherwise, in fact, even the people who did not do any course at all will end up coming to pass, and you will probably fail. So you must practice. You must grind. You must put in the work. All right. So if you do not know where you are going, you might end up in the wrong place. Okay. And you don't want that. Now, this one, another contextual issue, and it's very important, guys, that we pay very keen attention. Yeah, because for all of these things I'm saying, I have different people in my head who I know have experienced them and it affected them negatively. Yeah, I think I've been in this position where we attended to over 3,000 people, in terms of Plab 2. Now, logistics, it doesn't look like Plab 2 content, but it can affect Plab 2 outcome. People apply late for their visas, and the visa does not come out till, let's say, 5 days to the exam. And now they are rushing, there's a lot of anxiety. You can't cancel again. If you cancel around that time, the exam, you lose all the money. You have to book again. And it's not a little money. It's a lot of money for most doctors. So what happens? You're now rushing. You prepared well. Let's assume you prepared so well. You prepared so good. But now your visa is out just 5 days to the exam. Now you begin to look for flights. And then you land Manchester 3 days to your exam. I'm even making it good because I've seen people with worse, scenarios. And now they land. They are stressed physically. Their faces are, you could see stress express itself in some people. And by the time they come on the exam day, with all the stress hormones in their body, the anxiety for lots of these people, because they arrive late, probably they can't have their mocks because they have missed it. Maybe they booked for earlier, hoping the visa will come out. It sounds little, but it disorganizes some people such that going into the exam, they've lost already. Yeah. So the travel stress and all that. And for some people, they have mishaps. I've seen one. Do I want to really give examples today? Okay, I'll give this one. Yeah, I know one who just arrived and then she lost her passport. Yeah, came out of the airport. I don't know what happened. She lost her passport. And she would need a valid document to be identified on the exam day. And commonly will be things like passports, your residence permit, and, I think refugee residence permit, and a couple of things like that, UK driver's license. There are a couple of documents that the GMC accepts for identification. Now, of course, you can still sit the exam if you don't have any of them, but this lady at the time did not know that she can still sit the exam. So because her passport was missing, no reading, no mock, she was just scattered, going everywhere, looking for where could this passport have gotten lost, going to the police and all of that. And I needed to picture it, that this person in that state now goes for the exam. Remember, they have done a course, they have been reading, they have been practicing, they seem to be fully prepared. But now logistics wants to mess up everything. And yes, it has messed up for a number of persons. So as you're taking note of this, what it tells you is that preparing for Plab 2 is not just about academy. It's not just about reading. It's not just about practice. It's a conundrum of many factors. It's a complex interaction of many things. And for me, balancing all of those dynamics is what probably will make Plab 2. I don't like calling it difficult because it's not, but maybe difficult. Yeah, compared to Plab 1, which is read and go and write it. So there are lots of things interacting, and all of them all together have to work towards the success of the exam for you to have the right result. But there is more, and I wanted to share this last one. It's not in my countdown, and I told you at the beginning, I will add one more factor. It's not even on my slide. Now, another thing I noticed, this one is within the last 6 months, that I think I came to appreciate its impact, is the recent trend of people telling you, you don't need an academy to pass the exam. Oh, I know this friend of mine. I know this other one. He didn't do an academy. In fact, he didn't do any more, and he passed. Of course, I've seen people like that. In fact, I think I've worked with one. I've worked with one like that for a different reason, but I won't bore you with that. But you see, they would only tell you about the one who passed and the other one who passed, but they won't tell you about the many who fail. And for me, in this position where I seem to find myself, I have come to become, well, of course, through the academy, of course, but I've come to a position where when things go south, they silently run to us for help. And what I'm telling you is every day, because as I'm preparing for this session, another one sent me a message this evening. And I think I sent the person a link to this session. So if you are here, do not feel bad, you are just an example of what I'm saying. Yeah, so do not feel bad. I'm using it as an example, but it's to benefit everybody. All right. So, and you see, I see it event again. I think, was it a few days ago, one came, had failed the exam 3 times. Yeah, and has only 1 slot now. And if he fails this next one, it's all over. You go back to IELTS and write Plab 1 before coming to Plab 2 again. Now, guys, in as much as I've told you from the beginning, I am not asking you to come to my academy. That's not the idea behind this session. Yes, you might end up making that decision, but I need you to understand, I'm being honest. The idea here is that it hurts me when people lose their resources because they've made the wrong judgments. No, it's not good. You don't have to bring even that money to me, but at least use it well for yourself, because I know it's difficult for you to get that money. Yeah, so you don't want to be in that pool where, yeah, my friends are telling me, oh, no, there's nothing there. Go and write the exam. They just, read this material, practice, and just do it. Yeah, or even just practice and go and do a mock. There are people who have done that. And some of them, they come to do this mock even 3 days, 4 days to the exam. And then we find out that this is scary if this person goes for the exam days. But what can they do in 3 days? What can I change in 3 days? Like, we don't perform miracles, really. We follow a process to prepare candidates. So, and you don't want to be that. So please, it's like a bonus, as it were. But I need to understand it's become a recent factor that I've observed to be one of those things that affect Plab 2 outcome negatively today. So it's a big gamble. People pass. So if you choose to go that route, I want to wish you well and hope you do pass, actually. Yeah, but it is never an ideal. It is always good to be guided. Yeah, because even people who are guided, some people still hit the rock. So imagine when you are not, then it's a big gamble. You are like a disadvantaged candidate on your own exam day. Why would you put yourself in that position? And then by the time you match it, how much will I use to attend an academy? Yeah, and probably having mock sessions to be accessed. And then if I go on this gamble, what would I end up spending if I have to repeat the exam? Match it together with being guided. I think it saves you more, really. Yeah, if you get guided. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's very important. Now, let me talk about some vital tips now on how to prepare for Plab 2. And please, guys, this is very, very important. Very important. Start from the basics. I said that initially about foundations. Start from the basics. So that means for those of you who just passed your Plab 1 exam 4 days ago or so, yeah, that was on Thursday, right? 3 days ago. Please, as you're looking for Plab 2 dates, yeah, and some people are not even in a hurry yet, it all depends. Please, you see those your Plab 1 materials, I hope you have not deleted the folder. I hope you have not thrown everything away. I hope you've not given out the login to whatever, there are platforms where you pay for a login access and all that. I think it's time for you to, if you're not in a hurry, yeah, you're not writing the exam tomorrow, next month or something, yeah. So please just sit down and flip through again. Go again. Not for exam now, for understanding. Go again. If you can, chew it at a very good pace. Again, at your leisure, because you need to understand. Plab 1 is the foundation for Plab 2. All of the content in Plab 1 will not come out in Plab 2, especially those highfalutin ones. But the basics around the different modules, it is on those basics that the Plab 2 scenarios are set. And it's important for you to understand them. Please, that helps you to start preparing for Plab 2 already. Understand the principles. Why is so and so test the best test to be done for so and so condition? You must understand that. Because when a Plab 2 scenario is now set around that condition, and you come out and you say, I will do so and so test for you, and you're listing and listing and listing 7, 10 tests, but that particular one that is the best, which Plab 1 has highlighted, is you didn't prioritize it. You didn't show how it can determine the outcome of management and all of that. The examiner will listen to you rattle for 4 minutes of management, but will score you a 0 or a 1. Or your friend who knows the importance of that highlights it, explains it to the patient, and brings out the real key points in it. May not even finish all the things you said, but will score a 3 or a 4. And you're wondering, so it's like these guys are not objective. How exactly are they scoring? The problem is that you do not understand where the weight of the issue is. So it's important for you to understand what are the principles behind what. You must know the purpose of different tests. You must align them with, every other thing. And please double check any information you have received as you are preparing. Like I told you from the beginning, when people share materials, share this resource, so and so that one, please double check them. And double check means ask other people's opinion and make an independent judgment. Your best friend has your best interest, but may not have the best advice for something like Plab 2. Yeah, okay? Of course, like I told you, they are sharing with goodwill, but it doesn't mean that it is for your good, ultimately. All right, and don't forget this, that your circumstance may be different from theirs. Remember I told you they share with goodwill. Yeah, they have your good interest at heart. That's why they tell you, oh, read this one, read the other. I read this one, I went to this academy. But the thing is, are they you? They are not. And your circumstances are not the same with theirs. How I learn is different from how this my friend learns. So maybe that academy was good for them because it helps how they learn. But maybe it may not help how I learn. And that's why you have to be independent. I've got a couple of friends who they are my friends, yeah, but they didn't attend my academy and they passed their Plab 2 exam. They went somewhere else. And I have many more who have also come. And I have no judgment, no prejudice to anyone at all because they did not come. Because I believe people should make their judgments. Yeah. Some people may not learn very well with somebody they are familiar with. Not that they do not trust the person, but they themselves may not listen the best because they know the person. So why not? It is best for them to go where they do not know the person. I need you to understand that. Yeah, so you must assess your own circumstances. Some other persons, they will do well with somebody they know. They feel free. They maybe even want to be more vulnerable. They will express their challenges. Yes, of course, those ones can come. So please don't forget, all right? Assess your own situation and not just because you were told. Now let's look at a few personal factors you must believe. And if there's one thing I have tried to help you understand from the start is that for you to have passed Plab 1, without knowing you, I know that you have what it takes to pass Plab 2. It's not motivational speaking. I'm speaking fact. For you to satisfy the Plab 1 expectations, I respect what you have, and I know that it is enough to pass Plab 2. So you must believe that. You must believe in yourself. All right? Don't approach this exam with any kind of loss of self-confidence. All right? Be committed as well. The process is rigorous. When people tell you Plab 2 may be difficult, it's not really difficult. Yeah, but it is more rigorous, if you get what I mean. So there's a lot of, physical work and practice work that goes into it, and sometimes it's very challenging. So you must be committed to the process, and that process sometimes would involve corrections. Surely, if you have made the wise choice to attend an academy, yeah, you have feedback, mock feedbacks, and all that, simulations in class, and they have to stop you in your track sometimes. Sometimes even stop you in ways that it will look like it's scolding you. Yeah, because in key points we try not to make it sound that way. But if we have to stop you, we have to stop you. Yeah, and let you know, no, let's do it this way. Let's do it the other way. Let's do it the other way. And things like that. You must be committed to all of that. Otherwise, the outcome will not, be what you want. And there's a lot of self-assessment that goes into it. You must know what exactly is your own weakness and how will that weakness affect the outcome. Yeah, you must identify your own weakness. Yes, and be able to deal with it as you approach the exam. Yeah. There are some people who their weakness is the knowledge. They are not that, they can't pull up stuff as fast as the others. They want to, so it's important for you to take note of that and know that you need to do more reading compared to the rest of the people in the class. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah, so it's very, very important. Yeah, so there are some other people, it is that they are quiet people. They are not very good with communication. They don't talk so often. So, but if they are going to pass this exam, they have to come out of their shell somehow. So what that means is, while somebody else is struggling with the knowledge aspect of things, you are struggling with the communication aspect of things. So everyone has to assess themselves and address their own issues based on their standpoint. All right? So please, I know why I'm stressing this. Don't join the bandwagon. Don't join the queue. You must walk this exam as a person. And you must assess where you are. All right. So what I try to, when people have weaknesses, it's a lack. So I try to summarize it this way. Some people it's a language limitation. Yeah, they're actually those people, no insult, or I don't intend to put down people in internal medicine, but the example I want to use will apply to you. Yeah, a lot of stuff, you move stuff, road rounds, you're just moving stuff, yeah, all kind of big words and all of that. And as good as that is, really, you're intelligent, no doubt. But for Plab 2, that is a challenge. That is a weakness. It's a limitation. And you would have to start adjusting your language to more common, more realistic, family medicine-like language, yeah, that makes patients understand what they are saying. Because that is what the exam will be assessing you on. So for you, that will be a peculiar challenge. And it's a challenge that comes from a point of intelligence. It's a good thing, but it will be a bad thing for the exam. For some others, it's your attitudes, your mannerisms. You are not the very social type, Yeah, you can sometimes be saucy. You know yourself, I'm not trying to tell you who you are, but you know yourself. You can be very saucy. You can just talk to people. You can get angry easily. And Plab 2 has angry patient scenarios. They have patients who are dissatisfied, and they are going to test your emotion. They are going to say some hurtful words just to see how you will respond in an average clinic in the UK. Yeah, is that real? So you must address yourself, and find ways that if I meet scenarios like this, I need to appreciate the fact that it's not real. So I don't need to show myself, if you get what I mean. Yeah, so there are different weaknesses, if you understand where I'm coming from. All right. So some people with communication problems, I gave that example earlier. And of course, for some others, it's knowledge gaps, knowledge problems. All right. So let's talk about this aspect. When is the best time to start preparing for Plab 2? And it's usually a common question and a common thought in the minds of those who just passed Plab 1. There's no best time. There may be recommended time. I will talk about that just next. But the best time is looking at your circumstances. Where where am I in terms of resources? Where am I in terms of my knowledge? Yeah, so you have to look at all of that. Please don't rush, because your other friend had already maybe has money, is ready to go for it in 2 months and all of that. You may not. Don't rush. Yeah, don't rush and say, oh, we've promised ourselves we must do the exam the same day. Please, if both of you are not on the same frequency and other factors, it will not be your best time. All right, you must assess your circumstances. Now, those circumstances would be things like your lack, which you talked about earlier. Assess where you are. And then, of course, look at things like your work, your job, where you work now, things like leave. Yeah. And then, of course, do you have a visa? Can your country fly directly to the UK? How long will it take you to get one and stuff like that? I've already expounded on the impact of logistics on the outcome of this exam. So you must assess your circumstances and make a decision that fits you and would, make you really get ready. Yes, when you are coming to the exam. So please don't be in a rush. At the same time, don't be too lax, if you get what I mean. Because if you have all the other resources, I would advise you to go for the Plab 2 exam as quickly as you can. The reason is that you are still riding on the foundation of the Plab 1 that you just finished, and some of the clinchers and information, especially if you understood them, yes, they are still fresh. So you will just blend in and flow through. All right. So please look at everything. Okay, and make an informed decision. And by the time you have looked at every factor, the ideal time for you to attend the course, and of course, by the time you attend the course, you have already entered an active mode of preparation. It's usually 8 weeks to your exam date. All right. So as you're booking a date, yeah, if you have booked already, you are intending to book very soon and things like that. Yeah, the time we advise you to enter the active level of preparation, which commonly will be attending a course, is 8 weeks to your exam date. So attend the course, move on into a practice, do your mocks and do the exam. All right. Yes, and all of that. Now let me speak to materials just for a bit. Okay. Now, if I go into that, you see people when they get materials for Plab 2, they usually hunt for things like notes, materials that have scenarios. They want to start reading the content of the exam. I don't judge that really as the smart way to approach the exam. You must first of all understand the structure. No house is built first of all by building the rooms. No, it is first the foundation. It is the foundation. All right. So I'll advise you. I know there are people who are joining the session because they have failed Plab 2 before and things like that. But you see, my communication is mostly addressed to those who just passed Plab 1 because you are really my priority, if you get what I mean. That's where you fit into the reason why I designed this session. Yeah. You want to go for things like the Plab blueprint. It's on the GMC website. So you can go to the GMC website and type there the Plab blueprint. All right. So you want to open the Plab blueprint and see the framework around which the Plab exam is designed. Understand it. That is the ideology behind the Plab 2 exam being set and the way they set it. You have to understand those basics. They will not look like stuff, but they are the right foundation and they set the stage for the right outcome for you. All right. You can also browse on the GMC website for the foundation program curriculum. Yeah, look for it. This is the curriculum around which, because if you see any Plab 2 station that you see, they will tell you you are the foundation year 2 doctor in GP practice, in emergency department, in pediatrics department. You are what? Foundation doctor, foundation year 2 doctor. So what is the curriculum for training the foundation year doctors in the UK, the medical students, up until their foundation years 1 and 2? You need to go through that curriculum because it summarizes the key competencies around which you will be assessed. Don't be too moved about stuff. You want to go and read. Understand. Where is the curriculum? It tells you the beginning and the end. In fact, if you understand the scope of that curriculum, you would probably even be ready for new stations that may pop up on anybody's exam day, with including you. Yeah, there could be a new station on your day. So, but how do you deal with it? How do you know? If you understand the scope of the curriculum and you prepare based on that scope, not just based on what a material has or what an academy has given, no, but based on the curriculum which the examiners will be working with, then you most likely be ready for the exam. I hope it's all making sense. Yeah? Yeah. So that's objective preparation. Now, what else do you need? You can now talk about materials from academies, which you can get from your friends here, or you attend an academy, they give you notes and all that. But please, even when you have gotten materials, there's the common one now, updated Plab 2 stations, people's notes from academies and all that. Please, I advise you to take your own notes. Because when people take notes in class, they usually take notes from the perspective of their understanding and from the places they feel should be stressed. So they try to stress it in their notes so they can go through it again. Yes, while you can read it and understand, it may not be what you need to be stressed. So you must take your own notes, even when you attend academies. Don't just sit and look. You're right, for each topic, each module, as you go through, you must do what? Take key notes for yourself. Yeah, so that close to the exam, you would absolutely be ready. How do you prepare? Practice, I've talked about it just a little bit earlier, and it is the best way, okay? Reading without practicing is just setting yourself for surprises. Yeah, it could be surprise pass, okay? So surprise is not always a negative thing, if you get what I mean. Yeah, it could be surprise. You surprise yourself that, despite all those things that I didn't do so well, these people surprised me and still gave me a pass. But I tell you, those kind of surprise passes will still catch up with you when you get a contract. Yes, because you will now see some of those things you didn't know, you didn't do so well. They will now come in reality as patients to you, and you mess them up. A complaint will come up. Before you know it, you are sweating and you're having problem in a particular trust. You don't want to be that doctor. All right. So you want to come in with confidence, take up a contract with confidence, and be able to deliver because you have the competencies from the exam that assessed you and gave you a license. Okay, so you must read, you must practice, you must master it, and you must be that doctor that anyone wants to see in an average UK ward or clinic. All right. Now, as you practice cannot be done alone for Plab 2. You must find people to practice with. You must work with others. That way you will test your communication skills. You have people to criticize what you're doing. You can't sit in one place and think you're doing it right. You cannot be sure about that. For Plab 1, it's possible. You can stay in your room. In fact, nobody would even know you're writing Plab 1 and you go and ace it. That's how I did mine. So but for Plab 2 is almost impossible. All right, you must practice with people. Now, the ultimate discussion, everyone talks about academies. Should I not attend one? Should I not attend one? I've made it clear to you. As soon as you start thinking of not to attend an academy, I won't say you are setting yourself up to fail. I will just tell you that you're putting yourself in a disadvantaged position. Yeah. All right. Some people will give themselves lots of excuses. I do not have money. Nobody really has money. In fact, the reason why most people are coming to work in a place like this is because maybe they get better paid. So nobody has money. All right. So, but you have to sit down and count the cost. It is something you need. All right. But now, for those who would take the right decision, choose an academy. How do you choose an academy? And before I start talking about it in detail, I've told you the idea is not for you to come to me, but if you come to me, of course, this is why I'm here. Yeah, and this is why the academy is here. We're happy to help and support you. Now, how do you know an academy? You must understand, first of all, that there's no academy, all right, that determines any outcome, pass or fail. In fact, I'll talk about that just in a bit. Yeah. You see people publish percentage pass rates. Key Points Academy does not. Yeah, we don't do that. I think was it 4 days ago, a particular batch, one of the doctors there messaged me to tell me that chief, all of us, we had 100% pass. Chief, publish it, yeah, put it on your medias, and I don't do it. But I had to remind him, you're actually not the first to have 100% pass. It is a common feature for us, but we don't. And the reason is this, is that none of that guarantees any outcome. If the last batch had 100% pass and the next batch comes in and they don't do all the right, you see, I've created a very complex picture of how things interact to make you pass or fail Plab 2. So if the next set comes in and does not do the kind of work that the people who had 100% did, you will not even have 50. As in, that is truth. So for me as a teacher, I don't also use that, oh, the last people had 100%. And so what? I still put in the same energy for the next session, because if we don't, like we did for the last one, they will have even 15% pass. So what that tells you guys is, as you make your decision, please don't be swayed by any kind of academy telling you, oh, this is our, it's usually a lie. In fact, I'm telling you now as a director of an academy, it's actually not even easy to calculate percentage. Yeah, because it takes a lot. It's not just people attending. It takes a lot to get the outcome later. It's more tasking. So when people publish that, it's usually not the truth. So please don't depend on that. It's business or marketing tactics to sway you. So, and you don't want to be swayed and decide, and at the end of the day, you regret it, okay? So what academies do is to provide information. So you are your best academy. Yeah, you can attend an academy to guide you, but at the end of the day, you determine what happens to you and your preparation. You can't blame an academy for your failure. You can't, at the same time, even pass. I don't take people's pass as an achievement. Yeah, I praise them when they tell me they have passed, because I know that even if I have put in 150%, if they did not do what I said, then they won't pass. So I still turn back to praise you, because you are actually the reason for your outcome. Okay, so you are the best. So you must match your strengths with the strengths of the academy. Yeah, match your strengths and the weakness of the academy. You have to put things into perspective. Please don't choose anyone because your friend says so. No, you have to look at what are they strong in. Yeah, and by strong, objectively, what are they doing right? Okay, and ultimately, the goal of an academy is to support you to pass. So that means you must focus on academies that have support. In fact, when I say support, what does support mean? After the course, are they still in contact with you? Do they have a program that helps you to practice and internalize what has been taught? Or at the end of the course, are you sent away? Please, I need to note it. When your friends tell you attend this academy, these are the things you should be asking them, right? Note it. Yeah, at the end of the course, course is a mass delivery of content. So if it is scheduled, it's going to happen. But support happens after that. At the end of the course, did they create a platform that keeps you in touch with them? If you have questions, they can see answer it. Yeah, so those are things, those are criteria to assess for support. Are you in contact with any of them that can still provide you information? Like a teacher, the director, can you message them and they answer you? Yeah, those are things. That's where you know support. Yeah, you are stuck and you need help with so and so thing, and you need advice. Can you reach them? Yeah, that is the true value of whatever amount of money you give to an academy. So your focus should be on adequate support, because that's what you need from them. Otherwise, why can't you just read and go and try it? At the worst, you'll pass or you'll not pass. So you must focus on adequate support. So a good academy must have teachers who are experienced, and Key Points Academy does, okay. Teachers who are patient, willing to answer your questions. Teachers, who design high quality mocks. And guys, I need to understand when we say high quality mocks, mocks are useless if there is no robust feedback, and the feedback must be personal. A high quality mock is not, that the mock was organized in a building that looks exactly like the GMC building. No, sir. The GMC can assess you in a hut if they want to, and the criteria will be the same. It's not the building that they are using to assess you. It is an objective, clinically designed and communication focused criteria. So if you are assessed outside under the rain, or you are assessed indoors in luxury, it doesn't change anything. So a high quality mock is a mock that provides personalized feedback, that calls you by name and tells you, Moses, this is what you didn't say right. Mustafa, this is how you can say it better. I notice your body language is so and so. That is a high quality mock, because it sets you up and designs you for what you are going to do on your exam day, particularly. So you must know that these are the things that determine a good academy. All right. And then, of course, for a few persons who unfortunately have a bad outcome, does that academy commit themselves to following you up until you pass? Yeah. So, for example, in Key Points Academy, our goal is for nobody to fail, and we try the best that we can to make that happen. But if at any time one person slips, my focus is more on that one person than those people who passed. After I tell you congratulations, what's my business with you? You move on, isn't it? Yeah. But my goal is usually to latch on to those other ones who failed. Support them at those critical times when there's a lot of emotion, crying, feeling disappointed, dejected, thinking of what next to do. And we'll sit down and brainstorm together. Yeah, and see exactly how we can, re-strategize, review the result, find where the fault is. And then, of course, as we book again, make sure that the right outcome comes. That is a good academy. Yeah, because they stick to you, stick with you, even if unfortunately it turns dark, although that is never the focus from the beginning. All right. So a good academy must follow you up until you pass. So usually I ask myself, why is it that when people fail Plab 2, many of them who get to know about me and my academy, they come and now say, oh, so and so person told me that this is where I will be helped. So, and of course, I will help you. I will even tell you what I'm going to say now. But I usually ask myself silently, so the other academy that you went before you failed, why is it that they can't help you when you failed? And you paid them a lot of money. All right. So the question is, are they really a good academy? Okay, so everybody desires to pass, no doubt. But when people fail, it's not usually because they do not desire it. From start, everybody wants to pass. But sometimes it's because they do not have the right commitment. So please, guys, you must have the right commitment from start. At the beginning, somebody asked about Key Points Academy, and don't forget, guys, at the end of this, I'm doing a giveaway. So you want to stick around for that. Yeah, you want to stick around for that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So for those who want to take a look at our course design and everything, okay, we'll have physical courses in Lagos and Manchester. And then okay, we also are looking at Abuja as well in Nigeria. But it depends on the number of people choosing to attend the course at a particular time. We're willing to step in with all our resources and hold the course for you. It saves you the logistics of coming to Lagos. All right. So, but the statutory places are Lagos and Manchester, and then we have online courses. So for these ones displayed here, they are 2-week courses. Okay. So usually 14 days. And even before the 14 days, we're going to send some resources that one can start going through. It limits or reduces the time you spend at the academy. And of course, during the academy, you now just focused on the content of what you expect in Plab 2. So that's our schedule, all right? So every month from January 2024, yeah, we'll have a course every month, okay? A physical course in Lagos and Manchester, an online course as well that people can attend from everywhere. We also have a signature course called the weekend course. This one is a brainchild of mine. There's no other academy that I know that does this kind of course. So it's for people who maybe their work schedule is so tight and somehow they can't stay entirely away from either work and family for a straight 2 weeks. So what do? I usually tell you start early. So what you do now is just only weekends. So Friday evening, we use the UK time, 6 to 10 p.m. on Friday evening. So just 4 hours that evening. Let's say you have gone to work, you come back, you spare just that 4 hours in the evening, 6 to 10 p.m. On Saturday, most people, yeah, will say Saturday, they would maybe not be working. So Saturday all day. And then on Sunday, 6 hours in the afternoon, usually 1 to 7 p.m. So people who perhaps they're going to church and all that, they are Christians, yeah, they would, be done with that, or at least try to be done so they can attend. So basically what that does for you is you can still do your work. You can still go for mosque on Friday, yeah, and any other thing you have to do on Friday. Yeah, for those going to church on Sunday, you can still go early on Sunday, and then, yeah, so life still kind of continues, but you still do a course, So we've been doing this since 2020, and it's our signature course. It has an amazing outcome, and I love it. Usually when I talk about it, I talk about it passionately because it's actually one of the best courses in Plab 2. Why? It gives you room to have intercalated learning. What I mean is you are not pumped straight for 2 weeks. So you learn in bits, you have time to recoil, read, refill notes, cross-check things, practice them if you can, and then by the next weekend you come again, have another chunk. You go back, so you get what I mean. So yeah, and it's had an amazing outcome. So you may also want to consider that, and those are the dates for 2024. All right. So we'll have just 6 diets and they run over 7 weekends. Okay. Yeah, Ahmed. Yes, we have Seaman in both Lagos and Manchester. Okay. So yeah, we do. But I would also mention something. Seaman should not be a determinant for anybody's preparation for Plab 2. Seaman stations would only be one if at all they feature it. They usually will feature on every exam day, but if at all, it will be one station out of 16. So I hope you know by now I'm a blunt, like when I mean blunt, not harsh, I mean straightforward. I tell you even what some other people will not want to. Yeah, I'll tell you straight. 1 out of 16 is not majority. Okay, so we have Seaman, it answers that question. But please don't put your preparation based on Seaman. In fact, you can fail Seaman comfortably and pass the exam comfortably. And of course, I'm not for anybody failing Seaman. I teach it with passion when it's time to teach it. But please, I need you to know that. Don't make your decisions at all because of Seaman. I want you to come with a clear-headed, approach. The majority of the stations in Plab 2 are conversations. So you must learn the skills of clinical consultation. That's the major thing. Yeah, Seaman is just one, and it's a minority, if you ask me. Okay. Now, for the fees for the academy, all right, brilliant question, Dr. Kumar. All right, so the fees are here, all right. For Lagos and online courses, the fees are the same. All right, so you see individual, there is £450 for you to attend the course and you have mocks. And even if you attend online courses, you have access to the same mocks as well. So, being online does not mean you can't attend the physical mock. It's part of your payment. All right, so we have 2 mocks, all right, that we offer alongside with the course. All right, so and the mocks are, Dr. Chris, you're drawing on our screen. Chris Agu, please. Yeah, so I know you may just, it's a mistake, I believe. All right, so yeah, you can drop all your questions in the chat room. We're getting close to the point where I'll answer anything that's on your mind, but I'll just talk and speak to the thing that's on the screen. All right, so for the mocks, the mocks, yeah, there's a physical mock that helps you appreciate what you happen on the exam day physically. But we have a second mock, which is the online mock. And that mock, I consider it the richer part of assessment of your preparation, because what that mock does is that instead of having different facilitators assess you over different stations. That's what will happen on the main exam day. So the physical mock in Manchester or in Lagos, majorly Manchester, but if you choose to be in Lagos, fine, that's what we organize it. Now, the difference is that for the mock in Manchester, you have different facilitators or different simulators. But the online mock keeps one simulator to see you through all the stations, and it has an amazing advantage. What it does is that this person sees your strengths, your weaknesses in ways that the examiner on the GMC exams will not see you. Each of them will see you in 8 minutes. But with our online mock design, it's a deeper assessment. Yeah. So this person sees you in 2 hours, if you get what I mean. So, and that is deeper. So it gets to see all your strengths, weaknesses. By the time they come towards the end, where they now talk about the feedback, at the end of the mock, we'll give you feedback, explain to you, so and so station, this other one, this other one. By the time they are coming to that, they will be giving you an assessment that is more robust than any examiner would see. And it is also one of our signature approaches to mocks. I think we're one of those first set of people in traditional academies to bring online mocks as a way of assessing for exam. Yeah, even before GMC started bringing their video stations and all that. So, it's something we've perfected, and you would love how it helps you. Now, for the online mocks, when we organize them, we make it in cohorts so that people who are writing exams around the same time, they all join together to listen in on those mock sessions. So what happens is that if you have 10 people, right, and they are all having different mock sessions, if they all listen to the 10 sessions, we try not to repeat stations as much as possible, right? Yeah. So what happens is that for that cohort, while doing their mocks, they cover many stations together and get feedback on all of them. So you could have 10 times 15, because the mock is 15 stations for the online mock. So they may have covered something like 150 stations in 10 sessions. And those 10 sessions can be within 1 week. How else does anybody want to revise? So it's like having practice, while having your mocks, and it's always lovely. All right. So yeah, here for Manchester courses. So there you go. If you want to have Manchester courses, we usually encourage group applications so people can look for other people to apply with. But of course, for Manchester courses, if you want to apply alone, it's £550. And I apologize, it's not on this screen. All right. So if you want to apply alone, Manchester courses £550. But of course, a group of 3 is 450, a group of 5, just like that. And then of course it goes down there. All right. Yeah. Now for the mock sessions, all right, people who attend Key Points Academy and they need an extra mock, they can still book. All right. So you can book an extra mock for £100 per session if it's a physical mock, and then of course for £50 per session if it's an online mock. And there are people like that. Yeah, I've had lots of candidates who they know they need more assessment. They don't want to, they know they are not as in quote strong like the rest of the other people in their cohorts. Yeah, they want extra assessment. Why not? Yeah, you can always book. We'll have extra plates, if you get what I mean. All right, for people who come and they say, okay, it's only mocks we want to book. We don't want to do a course, or we have done a course somewhere and we just want to attend a mock. No problem. Yeah, unlike many academies as well who would not offer mocks only, we offer mocks only. All right, so and that's the so £120 per session, and just all of that, you can see that on your screen. All right, so if you choose that, yeah, but I want to believe that you want to do what I have recommended, which is to attend the course, and you want to take a look at those course schedule. All right, so I'll just look quickly at some of the questions in the chat room. Yeah, Pankaj Kumar, I've been able to show you the fees for our academy, both for courses and for mocks. Ahmed, here's if we pay for the online course due to logistics, and okay, can we still come practice when we land? Of course, please. All our candidates, they have access, all right, have access to our center to practice in the UK. Like I told you, practice is at the center of everything. So if I don't give you access to practice, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so yes, you have access to practice, and the mannequins are there and everything. And then of course, practice is not really all about mannequins as well. It could also be to sit down and converse with other people, in a controlled environment, put timer and everything, and practice the station that we have taught you. All right. So yes, of course, you have access for that. Do you do weekends in-person practice for Manchester, like a diet plan? We can work something out all the time, because outside this organized structure, sometimes as well, people find themselves in very peculiar circumstances that we'll see how we can work out something for them. So yeah, if you do want something like that, definitely I think we can find a way to, yeah, kind of accommodate you, see exactly what you want. So you can message us. All right, at the end of this, I'll put up our contacts on your screen, so you probably would be able to, yeah, you should be able, actually, not probably, you'll be able to reach out to us. So see anyhow we can help you, so long as it's possible. Key Points Academy, that's how we operate. Okay, do we have accommodation in Manchester? Yeah, there are lots of accommodations, but Key Points Academy does not operate one for itself for now. All right, so but there are accommodations around Key Points Academy. Yeah, so you can book them. Some of them have their websites, Balosega, Plab 2 Apartments. Yeah, there's also a private one that is closest as well. Sometimes we help people arrange that one. So yeah, Emmanuel, I hope that helps. Ahmed, again, for the mocks, how many are scheduled for the course? I think the question came before I talked about it. I hope I've already answered that. Can I have half online and half physical practice? And how many modes do you offer? And I mean, okay, I think I talked a little bit about that, apart from half online and half physical. So you can have your online course, and of course, you have access to physical practice. So maybe that answers that question. Do you do weekends in practice? Okay, I think I've talked about that. A significant number of us from Nigeria are battling with the fluctuating exchange rate. For which official rate do you recognize for transactions? Now, what we use is the black market rate, all right, HARCS. Is the black market rate, because of course we do not have very few people have access to any kind of forex from the government, in Nigeria. So yeah. All right, so we accept payments in pounds. If anybody finds a rate that is cheaper than a rate that we can access, why not? We'll accept the pounds. All right, so yeah, so it all depends. So we check our rates on the day of the exam, and on the day that you intend to pay. So whatever is possible and accessible on that day, yeah, and that's what we use. We'll tell you what we can access. If it's okay by you, you pay. If it is not, you can access from anywhere and you can pay in pounds. Why not? All right. Pankaj, you say this is very huge fees for, okay, because what's up? Oh my dear. I think it's really challenging, but I think the fees for Key Points Academy is probably the cheapest, yeah, across. I wouldn't want to call the name of any other academies. I don't like discussing my colleagues, but I know that what we're doing is the cheapest compared to the others. Yeah, so, but of course, you can see what you can do, and we can always talk and find a way around things. All right. Yeah. But at the end of the day, guys, whatever you spend on your Plab 2 journey, as soon as you get a job, you begin to earn the money, you will not remember what you spent. That's the truth. All right. Yeah, Emmanuel, I think I've talked about accommodations. If we can pay for online, physical, can we still come and practice in the UK? Purity, absolutely. Like I told you. Yeah, absolutely. The property, the Manchester Center is for our candidates. Yeah. Prince, can we pay in dollars? Yes, we accept payments in dollars as well. All right. So, but we do not have any fixed dollar rates. Pounds is our reference point because our academy is primarily in Manchester and we pay our bills in pounds. So at any day you want to pay, if we can calculate what the dollar rate is based on the pounds and dollars forex relationship at the time, then we'll tell you what it is in dollars and you can make that payment. All right. Yeah. Is the Manchester Center open over the weekends, Joseph? Yes, it can. It's open usually. Yeah, it can be open on Saturdays, but usually on Sundays we try to reset and reboot for the next week. Okay, so mocks and all of that, we need a little time as well, kind of a breather. Yeah, but on Saturday, yes, it's open for practice, and most of our mocks would hold Mondays to Fridays for the mock sessions. Saturdays is open for practice. Sundays, sometimes we even bend the rules and we can open too, but statutorily, on Sundays we'll try to rest and reboot for the new week. All right? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Kind words, Pankaj. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If you've got more questions on anything, and please, it's not just only about the academy, even on Plab 2, on some of the things I've talked about, why not? You can ask. Yes, yeah, Tan, you can come Saturday for practice, okay? So long as you're a registered candidate of the academy. If you are not, usually, yeah, they won't grant you access, to the academy. All right, so I want to move on now to talk about giveaways. Now, I usually would do this anytime I have an introduction. All right, Prince is saying something. Is if you done class in Nigeria, when is the best time to come to the UK? I would say usually 2 weeks to your exam. So you have time to practice, have time to have your mocks, and be really relaxed. If you get what I mean, relax, blend into sometimes the differences in weather and all of that. Yeah, you need to have that time. So if you can afford it, 2 weeks to the exam, please come in. All right. Yeah. But if you can't, I don't know. Yeah. So you do what is possible, but what is as near possible as the ideal that I'm recommending to you. Okay. So 2 weeks to the exam is good. Okay, Prince. Is there any platform to link up with other Plab 2 candidates in UK to help with group payments and yes, there is. Okay, what I will do, right, is as soon as I take away this PowerPoint, I am going to share a few links. All right. I will share a few links for for you to join a group and where you can find yourselves. Okay, maybe I should just I will do that just now. All right, let me see. Just give me 1 second and I will okay, yeah. Right, so I'll just share a link for you to join this group, and that way you can always find people to probably take advantage of the group. All right, so yeah, this is a WhatsApp group link, all right, called Plab Key Points. All right, so it's in the chat room now. Oh, I sent it privately to somebody, okay? So, all right, so yeah, there's a Plab group, yes, a WhatsApp group. So you can click that to join, and you can join that group. That way you can, all right, yeah, you can. Okay. Now on to the giveaway. All right, although I see a few more questions, and your questions are priority for me. Okay. Just a sec. All right, so let me answer a few more questions before the giveaway. Yeah, let's be sure you have all the information you need. All right, I see a message sent to me directly here. Yeah. If you have booked your Plab 2 June 2024, must you wait 8 weeks before the exam to start the classes? Can you join the class of people writing earlier than you? Oh, definitely. We will not restrict you, right? Yeah, we can't really. In fact, if you have booked June already and you choose to have your course in Feb, it's good because you have more time. 8 weeks, when we said 8 weeks, is not like it's like that you have to wait till 8 weeks. No, it's just that don't make it shorter than 8 weeks. It should be before 8 weeks, if you get what I mean. So maybe that wasn't so, if I didn't make it so clear, I apologize for that. All right. So you can do it earlier. Yeah. So that way you are done with the course, you have the content, you have the context, how to approach things. You can now practice. More time for practice, better preparation. All right. So you can now, please don't be restricted at all. You can go earlier if you want to. All right. The flexible weekend online courses run over how many weeks? It's 7 weekends, Takunda. Sometimes we find a way as well because online courses, I think, have more efficiency with the teacher's delivery compared to physical courses. Yeah, because physical courses come with all kinds of distraction, including physical exhaustion in group. Yeah, if you get what I mean, I will explain that more when I have the opportunity to in another session. So, but we have more efficiency in delivery for online courses. So sometimes, even though you schedule for 7 weekends, sometimes we'll finish on the 6th weekend. Yeah, so it's usually better. So if you want to attend the online courses, the 7 weekend course, superb. I would always recommend it. And then for the online courses, there's a higher chance that I'm going to teach you. Yeah, like physically, like I'll have more touch. So whether I'm in Lagos, whether I have traveled to Lagos, I have, I'm going to teach in Manchester and all, I can always pop in to the class and release something, say something, teach something, give context to this, answer questions and all of that. So I have my bias, permit me. I have a lot of bias for online courses. I love them. All right. For online courses, how close do the mocks hold? For all courses to your exam. All right. Yeah. Mocks do not hold as part of the course. Then the courses are for teaching. It's like providing you with the content you need. So then the mocks assess your preparation after you have practiced. So that is closer to the exam. So closer about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks before your exam. That's when you have your mocks. And the same rule applies to online and physical courses. Please, there is no difference between a physical and online course. None at all whatsoever. Both of them deliver the same thing, most times by the same facilitators, using the same materials, and they will teach you using the same resources. So yeah, it's only that they have been made available for people who have affinity for different kinds of learning. Some people want to be there physically because they will sleep off over a video or over a laptop or something. So yeah, and some people as well, they can't afford to travel to have a course, so they prefer remote. We just want to meet your needs anyhow you prefer it. Okay. What if you bring a group of 10 persons who are willing to pay immediately, but you don't have your own money with you at the time? Prince, when they come in, we'll find a way to, yeah. I'm a very considerate person. I need to tell you that. So if you come, I'll find a way to sort out your problems. All right. So Prince, until you come with them, I promise you. Yeah. When I tell you that, I mean it. I'll find a way to balance things. Okay. Can you talk about the structure of the exam itself? Ogosa, so what you will do, right? I hope I pronounce the name right, is you can go to our YouTube channel. I've got a near 2 hours video, all right? Yes, on introduction to Plab 2. Just go to YouTube and type Key Points Academy. You see the channel, go under the videos and you'll see introduction to Plab 2 video. Enjoy it. Listen to it 10 times if you want. I have a very great teaching there on the structure of the exam and how it is scored and everything. You would love it, I promise you. All right, for Saturday practice till June, Tan, you can just message us, okay? I will put the contact very soon. Yeah, you'll message us. Just message me, Tan. I'll find a way to see what exactly you can do for peculiar circumstances like yours. How soon to the exams can we start the visa application? Visa, usually they advise you 3 months before your travel date. Yeah, that's the UK government will tell you about 3 months your travel date. So please start early. Most times you'll get the response either between 2 weeks or thereabouts. So, but don't make it close to your exam day because disappointments happen. To be honest, you don't want that. So if they say it's 3 months to, so as soon as it's just 3 months to the this thing, make sure that you have filled everything and you're waiting for that 3 months to the date so that you can submit it. Nobody can complain that you apply too early or anything like that. So apply early. If you've packaged all the things that you need, please don't wait. Yeah, apply as early as you can. Yeah, so you can just have your visa sorted and you're set. What time of the day does the online courses run? Oh, brilliant question, Dr. Onya. All right, so for the normal courses, that means when I mean normal now, the courses that run 2 weeks straight. All right, it is 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. All right, so if it is in Lagos or Abuja, we use the local time. So that means Nigerian time will apply. But for the online courses, because it involves different countries, people attending from different places, Canada, Ghana, Cameroon, yeah, and all of that. So we use the UK time so that different people can convert it to where they are. All right, it's a way of standardizing. Yeah, so for the online courses, UK time, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. if it's a straight course. But of course, if it is the weekend course, 6 to 10 p.m. on Friday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturday, 1 to 7 p.m. on Sunday. All right. And so long as it's online, it's UK time. If it is physical, we use the local time of where that physical course is, holding. And that is it. How feasible is it to to get cancelled or open seats instead of booking now for a far date? Halima, I'm not too sure about that. When it comes to booking the Plab 2 exam itself, yeah, it can be challenging these days, Yeah, getting dates it can be challenging. On my time, you can get a date for next week. Yeah, but it's not that you don't have that luxury now. So I don't know. you can always book what's available, or maybe find the people who are willing to, swap, or people who can help you, and get an earlier date and things like that. All right. Yeah. You have your academy notes. Yeah. So yeah, we have resources here that are very useful for you, but we do not give notes that contain exam information. It's not legal. All right. The GMC does not, want you to share exam information, especially. So, but yeah, you learn from the classes. There are notes, there are resources that will be useful to you, but we also encourage that candidates take notes in class. Can we pay in Naira? Yeah, Dr. Kayode, yes, you can. You can pay in Naira. We can pay in almost the regular currencies. Yeah, yeah, pounds, dollar, euro, yeah, even Canadian dollars we accept. And we just convert to what is, at the time. All right, so the online co-opens if I have to walk over a weekend and could not, usually we can know there's no recording for any of our classes. Yeah, so we try to reflect a physical class where the teaching is real, is happening in real time. So we do not record to keep. Can you please share the WhatsApp link again? Okay, yes, I can do that. Okay, yeah, I can do. Okay, thank you, Ebube. You've done that already. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Could you please show the schedule of the courses? Yes, of course, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, the schedule of the courses. Yeah, this is for the straight courses, that the 2 weeks courses, whether physical or online. And then if I leave that for a minute, I will put the weekend one if you're interested in that as well. I am free alternate weekends and on weekend. Yeah. Can this be accommodated? No, not really. Dr. Onya. No, not really. Yeah, you can message me. We can see what can be done for you. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to look at what's possible. Can people with different Plab days be in a group? Purity, yes. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Key Points Academy allows that. Yeah, other academies would not. All right, so people from different groups, yes. But what we do not allow is that Manchester courses has to be Manchester courses. All right. Yeah, the logistics for Manchester is slightly different. So people who intend to attend physical courses in Nigeria and online courses, yeah, they can group and apply together. But if it's a Manchester course, it has to be people who want to attend Manchester. Okay, can we get the time schedule for the sessions again? Yeah, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. daily for the straight courses, and 6 to 10 p.m. on Fridays, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturdays, and 1 to 7 p.m. on Sundays for the weekend course. Okay, for the weekend course. Okay. It says, okay, yeah. Should we read notes first or attend online first, or both side by side? You can do anyone. You can read before coming. It's lovely. Yeah, but by the time we get into class, many of the times we'll reshape what you have read. We'll reshape what you have read. All right. So for the person who asked for the schedule, this is the weekend course schedule. And I think we've waited for so long, really. We should move on to the giveaway. All right. Now for this giveaway, if you don't mind, I will be posting the link on the group, and that would also let me see. Yeah, I think, have I got it? Yes. Okay. Yeah, so for the giveaway, guys, I am motivated to send the WhatsApp group invite. All right, somebody help me copy the WhatsApp group invite and just repost for Abdul Gafar. All right, please, anybody, I would appreciate that. Okay, I've copied a different link. I don't want to lose that copied. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much for reposting. God bless you all. All right. So yeah, for the giveaway, guys, I am motivated to do something, all right? For the first 50 people who choose any course, all right? Any of the Lagos physical courses or the online courses in 2024, we did between January, February, and March. All right. The first 50 people to fill this link. I am posting the link now. I'm going to post the link now in the chat room. All right. The first 50 people to choose that, I will exempt you from group application, but take a group application rate from you. I need you to understand it before I post the link for you to fill. All right. So what this means is the cost for an individual application is £450. Yeah. Yeah, it's £450 for individual courses. But this is a giveaway, it's a discount that without getting a group, I will take a group discounted rate from you if you're within these first 50 people. But of course, the criteria for that is you must be attending any of the Lagos or online courses between January, February, and March. So those are the people this will affect. All right. For those who are writing after that, don't lose hope, really, because there will be another Plab one exam in February, if I'm not mistaken. So somehow, maybe somewhere in March, I'm still going to do another webinar. So you can still latch on to that if you get what I mean. So first 3 months in 2024, if you're attending any of the physical or the online courses, but not Manchester, please. All right. Manchester is not part of this. All right. So you can feel this, and I'm opening it for the first 50 people. Yeah. So what this means is instead of £450, I will be accepting 385. Yeah. So that is a huge, huge discount of £65. All right. So you can fill that form and I would be happy to grant you that discount. However, even when you have obtained this discount and you still go ahead to mobilize a group of 7 or a group of 10, I will give you an extra mock worth £100. Right? If you mobilize a group of 3 or a group of 5, I will give you a free online mock worth £50. I will say that again. Yeah. If you still go ahead, because of course, filling this form now, I am giving you that. January, February, March. Instead of 450, I'm accepting 385. All right, we will accept 385 just because you were in this session. Okay, and you fill this form before I close it. So this form will only be open for 3 days. All right, so if you're going to fill it, you want to fill it now. Yeah, but even after filling this form and you've already gotten discounts to pay 385, and you still go ahead to mobilize a group, if it's a group of 3 or 5 and they all register, you would get a £50 worth of an online mock. And then, of course, if you mobilize a group of 7 or a group of 10, you are going to get a free physical mock. That's an extra. It has nothing to do with the one you have already by registering. Yeah. So you get an online mock, which is worth £100. All right. So, and then, of course, that would even lower what you are supposedly spending. So you may want to fill that form if you are interested, really. And yeah, it's just my way of giving back. All right. And yeah, for those who want to scan the form, you can scan this barcode. If you can do that, yeah, it also leads you to the form. So, and then yeah, you can do that. All right. So here you go for those who would want to contact us in any way. All right. So for the email, you can use the Gmail. All right. So the Gmail will probably be faster. Yeah. So if you want to send us an email, yeah, you can do that. Our website is there, keypointacademy.com. Yeah, most of the information that we've talked about today, basically schedule and all of that. Even some common reviews, you can find them on Google. Yeah, if you type Keypoints Academy on Google, you see our Google page. There are lots of, reviews there. You can also drop your review on Google as well, based on what your experience is from this session. As I will really love it. I would love to read your reviews. Okay. So if you've enjoyed this session, you want to give us a 5-star, or or drop a comment alongside on Google, it will be very lovely. All right. We've got a lot of testimonials on our Instagram page. Yeah, video testimonials, people who have attended the academy and they want to share their thoughts as well. Oh, it would be lovely for you to go to Key Points Academy on Instagram. You can watch that, follow them, I follow as well. Sometimes I share some free tips and stuff about Plab 2 on Instagram, all right, and Facebook. So you can follow the pages as well. You can follow us on Twitter. We're very highly responsive, responsive on Twitter. So at Key Points Acad on Twitter, at Key Points Acad. All right, so you can follow us there as well, and you can always have an interaction. But the WhatsApp is the best place to have a live interaction with us. You can ask questions, you can register for anything through WhatsApp with us. Okay. Yeah, you can register for courses, you can register for mocks as well. All right. Okay, if you've answered this question, okay, yeah. Can payment be made in Naira? Yes. Does the Lagos cost of sale exclude MOX? No, it does not exclude MOX, guys. All right, so the discount does not discount anything from the value you get. I am only trying to make the journey cheaper for you, all right? Just because you were here today. Yeah, so Joke, you get everything that any other person would get when they attend our full courses. So nothing is discounted. You still have your 2 mocks as part of that 385. And if you still go ahead to mobilize a group of 7, for example, a group of 10, yeah, they will still come in. There they register, but you who mobilize them will get another pat on the back again. Yeah, which is an extra physical mock worth £100. Who wouldn't love that? Okay, Ebube here is asking how many mocks are allocated to everyone who registers with the academy, regardless of whether it's physical or it's 2 mocks. All right, Ebube is 2 mocks. There are 2 mocks attached. Okay, one physical mock and one online mock. The online mock is embedded into a revision program. All right, that helps you to cover more stations. Yeah, while you are preparing, especially close to your exams, it is invaluable. Okay, Chinaya, does the payment for the course cover for the mock? Yes, it does. All right, extra mocks would be if you want to have an extra mock. That one is choice. And usually I encourage that if you feel that you need it, please go ahead and book an extra. All right, so yes, Chinaya, you are not paying for mocks differently. All right, there are 2 mocks attached to payment for any of our courses. Yeah, so if outside those 2 mocks, you still want an extra mock, we allow you to book. And that's where the cost for extra mocks come in. All right. Otherwise, you're not paying for mocks normally. All right. Yeah. Thank you, Tan, for always emphasizing. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. The discount does not apply to Manchester courses, please. It's a different logistic altogether. Yes, of course, Abdul Gafar. You can send the message to this WhatsApp number, all right? And yeah, you request that you want to speak to me. So, all right. So hopefully I'll be the one on the table on that day. If I'm not the person, whoever is on the table will ensure that I speak to you myself. Okay. So Abdul Gafar, I am your servant, all right? And I'm accessible anytime. Can you pay for the course at any time? Usually for all our courses, registration is open till 3 days before the course starts, except of course if the capacity has been filled up. For example, our Manchester this thing, Manchester. Why I say Manchester is not part of this kind is that Manchester is executive attendance. If, I don't know, you may not understand that until you attend it. So the capacity, we try to limit it. We don't want too much load, and usually also we want to. There are some extra perks if you get for attending the Manchester course. So it's slightly more expensive. It's not expensive overall, but it's, compared to the others. Yeah, so all right. Yeah, but registration is open till 3 days before the course starts. So you can always come in. All right. Yep. Yeah, so Prince, I hope that answers you. It's up to 3 days, not just 2 weeks, even up to 3 days. Yeah, so most times online courses is the capacity is there. Tan, thank you so much. Thank you for the kind words. I hope you translate that as well to a Google review. So you can please type on your browser, yeah, Key Points Academy. You'll see our Google page. I would love to see your review of this session, okay? Yeah, and of course, the star rating as well. I would love you to translate it there. It will be very lovely. And I hope to meet you guys. For many people, when sometimes this is our first time of meeting, but over time, we get to know ourselves through the course. And over time, for some people as well, we get to work together and we'll form a very solid relationship. And I hope actually you'll be one of the people who I get to work with in the future, of course, after passing your Plab 2 exam. All right. So I want to thank you so much. If there's more questions, I'll be very happy to, kind of, attend to them. And of course, if there is none, I would want to be slightly more patient. Just for us not to forget those who are on YouTube, I will just take a quick peek at any kind of questions dropped on the YouTube page, if there is. And if there is none, then let's see. Was there any question on the YouTube page? I don't see any. All right. Nope. Okay. All right. Yeah. So there is none. I want to thank you so much, guys, for being part of this session. And so please, you can use that link to join our WhatsApp. I am in the group as well. So yeah, so maybe it also draws us closer, if you get what I mean. So it'd be very lovely for you to join that WhatsApp group. There you can find other people to either form a group with, register with, and then you can also ask questions there in that group. And it will be very lovely for me to see your questions even after this session and answer them. So I've reposted for you the link to the WhatsApp group. And I would also post the link as well for those who are applying for the giveaway discount as well today. Like I told you, 50 persons who are interested in any of the courses in January, February, or March. I'll be dropping the distance to 385 for you. And that's because you are here. And I told you as well that this link will be closed in 3 days. All right. So whether I have the 50 persons or not, nope, it's a giveaway. So if you don't take it, it's not really my fault. Everything goes back to default, So it's just in 3 days. By Wednesday midnight, I'm going to close the form. And yeah, and what this means as well is that even some of your friends who were not in this session, but you feel that grab this, if you know that you're going to attend January, February, or March, then of course you can extend it to them as well. Yeah, they can go ahead and fill the form, but in 3 days, I'm going to close the form. And whoever I have on that form, my staff will gradually reach out to you and help you complete your payments and everything, to get ready for any of the courses. I want to thank you so much, really. I think there's no better way to spend my evening than to, share these very valuable moments talking about Plab 2 and how best to overcome it. All right. How soon can we pay for the discounts in the form be closed in 3 days? Yeah. Like I told you before, that our registration is open to the end of any of the courses up to 3 days. So if you're attending a March course, 3 days to the start of that course, you can still pay the £385, so long as you're in that form. So what that means is, even if we close it in 3 days and yeah, you come in the end of February, say, I want to pay for the March course, but I got the discount. The staff will look at this day because they will have this form. They will look at your details in the form to see whether you were among the people that were granted that 385. If you were, even though you are paying in February, you'll still be given discount because it's like, what do you call it? It's like a lottery ticket. You've got it, is that you've got it. So to fill this form is to get that ticket. So when you now want to use it, so long as it's within January, February, or March courses, you will still have access to it. I hope that kind of makes it clear, Joseph. Yeah, so the priority is to fill in the form, but of course you can choose which of the courses you want to attend at any time. One last thing, for those who are still sticking around. I think I need to, yeah, okay. Yeah, if for those of you who already have saved the WhatsApp number, if you don't mind, I can still put it up for you as well. Yeah, if you've saved the WhatsApp number, you can always see it's a WhatsApp business number. So you can see the what do you call it? Our course schedule, the course schedule that I showed you already. You can easily see it on the WhatsApp catalog. So if you just go on the info, like you want to see where our number and everything, yeah. So if you save this number and you check the info of it, so you will see a catalog where you have all the dates, the courses, the fees, and everything. And you can always select one and have a chat with the staff, whoever is on duty, whoever, is with the line. Yeah, so the WhatsApp number, yeah, I can type it in the chat room here, plus 44777 4128862. All right. So it's right there in the chat room now. So you can copy it, you can save it as Key Points Academy. All right. And you can message us anytime. Yeah, if you have any peculiar situations, challenges, something you think that we can help guide and advise you, especially going forward into a course, registry, anything, yeah, you can message us really. It's our joy. It's something that brings us joy to see how we can, yeah, help people and yeah, solve problems if you want to see it that way. All right. Once again, I want to thank you so much, guys. And it's 8 o'clock. I think it's time for me to tell you to have a wonderful night rest. And yeah, hope to have you join us soon. Thank you and good night.